and welcome to another Analysis Behind the News, where we provide the perspective that you can use to help save American liberty and independence. Today we have two action items for you, so stay tuned. This morning's botched bomb attack in New York City has certainly been the news focus for the day. The explosion may have been botched, but will it have its desired effect? CEO of the John Birch Society, Arthur Thompson, wrote a booklet and narrated a DVD called Exposing Terrorism Inside the Terror Triangle back in 2009. He wrote on the first page of the booklet that the first question to ask is always, why was it employed? It's an obvious question that helps to demonstrate that terrorism is not simply an act of violence. It has a political purpose. Mr. Thompson writes in the booklet that terrorism accomplishes one of two primary goals. First one, changing the body of people actually in power, the government, or two, facilitating a change in the policy and or the system of the existing government. So was the young Bangladeshi hoping to change those in power? Highly unlikely. Was he hoping to change the policy or system of our existing government? Perhaps he as an individual is not, but all terrorism is state-sponsored. So his sponsors or handlers certainly are. One example given in the booklet is a quote from the late Osama bin Laden. And he stated shortly after 9/11, "The battle has moved to inside America. I tell you, freedom and human rights in America are doomed. The U.S. government will lead the American people and the West in general into an unbearable hell and choking life." Do you think he was familiar with Benjamin Franklin's quote on liberty and security, wherein liberty diminishes when security increases? Or at the very least, individual liberty diminishes when government usurps liberty in the name of security. For how can one have a great deal of security without giving up liberty? When one either cedes or delegates the personal responsibility of security to a government body, it places a lot of naive trust into the hands of government in hopes that it will not abuse this trust. Yet, what has happened to American civil liberties since the terrorist attack of 9/11? The federal government has done a full frontal assault on liberty through unconstitutional legislation and regulations that agencies have been nothing but happy to carry out. And globalists in both political parties in Congress have found common ground in uniting to strip Americans of their liberties in the name of safety. Unfortunately, they have convinced a majority of lawmakers and judiciary that it's okay to do so. Foreign Affairs, the journal for the largest globalist cheerleader, the Council on Foreign Relations, came out with an article today that offers a strategy for the war on terror. Basically, they suggest that the domestic hate and violence seen over the last few years demonstrates that America has a resilience to crank up the war on terror to ensure that another 9/11 doesn't happen. So, will Congress do this in the name of security? We've seen what happens when big government rhinos like Presidents Bush and Obama are in office. Will President Trump beat the same war on terror drums and support the ongoing attack of American liberties? Only time will tell. And if you're concerned about your liberties, and you should be, the answer to all this is what Thomas Jefferson advocated back in 1820 when he wrote, "I know no safe depository of the ultimate powers of the society but the people themselves. And if we think them not enlightened enough to exercise their control with a wholesome discretion, the remedy is not to take it from them, but to inform their discretion by education. This is the true corrective of abuses of constitutional power." And there is only one organization that has been steadily faithful to this, having built an entire education army to do just this: the John Birch Society. So if you don't want to see TSA showing up on your street screening pedestrians, then get involved. The New American magazine wrote back in 2011 that TSA isn't just for airports anymore. If the globalist knee-jerk reaction is to continue to clamp down on your liberties, and if they can convince President Trump that this is the way to go, then you're going to see some quick action on all this, all in the name of security. So take the first step. Action item number 1. Subscribe to our news alerts at jbs.org. Then, action item number 2, contact your coordinator to find out about local opportunities to get involved. And if you like what we do, then be sure to share this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Until next time, we'll see you then. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe. Click here to watch more videos, and click here to visit our site.